Hello, Mr. Randy. Nice to meet you.
How you doing?
I'm Desiree. I will be working with you today. Before we begin, we just want to make sure that everyone knows that this is an assignment for me as a graduate student at the Grand Canyon University. And I have my volunteer here. His name is Moton-Calais, and he is aware that he consents to be able to be videotaped in his audio. It cannot be, this is just a mock counseling session. And this is going to be recorded just to aid me in being able to grow and learn my knowledge and skills. So do you consent to these recordings, description of them, and this is going to be shown to the university staff, supervision, research. You consent to that?
Yes, I consent.
Do you understand that any part of the conversation that is recorded and are written will be kept confidential?
Yes, sir.
Do you consent that you will not disclose any information that might identify you in the mock session?
Yes, sir.
And do you understand that this is going to be placed on YouTube or via Zoom, and we're going to record, and it is going to meet the HIPAA and the FERPA confidentiality standards?
Okay.
And one last thing, I do understand that if the recording of the mock counseling session activates any suicidal ideation or potentially harmful thoughts, I will reach out to a professional in the area immediately, and neither GCU or the college nor the counseling student will be held accountable if you harm yourself.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, so I'm Desiree. I will be your counselor for the next several weeks. We will be discussing some things about you. So go ahead. I know your name is Randy. I know you play football. How long have you been playing football?
I've been started playing football as young as like 3rd grade.
Okay.
Yeah, it was always a dream of mine to make it big.
Awesome. So with football, is there any other sport that you played or only football?
Football was my main priority.
Okay. And whenever you played football, exactly how did it make you feel?
Just made me feel on top of the world. I dealt with anger issues, and it was an outlet for me to just get out some of that anger and just have a good time, run around, build a brotherhood with my players.
Okay, awesome. So football is something fun to you, something you enjoy.
Yeah.
Now, is there something I heard that you have some type of thing that is keeping you from making football your main concentration? What is that exactly?
Well, like I said, as a young kid, I dealt with an anger problem and just hanging with the wrong people, older people when I was young, and I built a nicotine habit.
Okay.
Yeah, and I smoked. My mom smoked. My grandmother smoked. So it's something I did since 12 years old. Smoked a pack of cigarettes a day, hide in the bathroom, smoke cigarettes, and it's just, I don't know, the college ran a test, or I don't know how they knew I smoked.
Well, have you, not to cut you off, have you smoked anything else as far as like weed or legal marijuana, like the synthetic?
It's been a few times.
It's been a few times?
Yeah.
So maybe, that came about, and
maybe it came up in my job. I never even thought about that.
Because that is something that you would be tested for with football. From there,
Okay, maybe that's what happened. Because, when you go to parties, it'd be wild. They pass the joint. And you never know what's in it.
Yes. And that's understandable, So I am going to assist you in helping you to get better and learn how to cope with your smoking and to try and find some new ways. So whenever you smoke, do you usually smoke alone?
No, always with friends. Always with a group of people, like it's a fashion statement. I barely ever smoke by myself.
Okay, and I know you also stated that your mother smokes.
Mm-hmm.
Does she smoke in the home?
Yes.
So being that she smokes in the home, does that kind of trigger you to want to smoke?
Yeah, it's our pastime. We'll sit down and smoke and just talk about our day, and just pretty much that's how we communicate.
Okay. Now with football, I know that you're
A junior in college.
you're a junior in college, and you're wanting to go to the NFL. So, with that being said, have you thought about maybe attending? I know you're here in counseling just to get those first steps going, but have you ever thought about like a long-term treatment, or would that affect your football schedule?
I mean, I thought about maybe in the off season getting help, because it does affect my cardio and my conditioning, But I did it so long, I think the damage is done, and that's where my coach is getting scared because I am getting short-winded lately, and he's worried about me, and I don't know if I should get long-term help or if I should just continue smoking and just get a regular job.
Well, I don't think that you should continue smoking. I know that I can't tell you to stop cold turkey because I know you're going to smoke, but I would say minimize it. Maybe instead of smoking a whole pack, I would smoke half a pack to start off. Or I know you said that you smoke whenever you're around others. It's very difficult being that it's in the home. I know in the home it'll be difficult to try and get away from it. But as far as like the marijuana and the synthetic, I would try to just avoid going to those parties and being around people who may influence you because, you're there, they're cheering you on, it's the environment, you're feeling great, and you just might slip up. And with the NFL, they have very strict standards, background checks, and different things. And I know you said that the smoking is kind of messing up your cardio and you feel a little weak. So I just want to kind of get you to where you can eventually wean yourself off. I don't think it's too late. I think that you can start now, and it's something with time that we can get you to get over it and cope with it. It's just something that you just have to be willing to work at.
Thank you. I would like to get to that point.
So, with that being said, what days would you be available to meet? At least, I would say at least once a week. Is that fine with you?
That's fine. It would probably have to be like a Monday because usually we get Mondays off for our Saturday games.
Okay.
So it would have to be like an early day Monday because I have evening classes.
Okay, that's fine. That'll work. And the only other thing, I want you to go out and purchase a journal. And I want you to be able to write down, do Monday through Sunday and write down how many cigarettes you had that day. And I want you to bring that journal. We're going to do 1 week. We'll wait 1 week. And then I want you to bring it in for our next session next week. And you will be able to show me exactly how many cigarettes you smoked. If you went to a party, did you partake in any marijuana, any synthetic? And then that way we'll have a track of exactly what you're smoking, how often you're smoking it. And it'll be easier for us to pretty much try and maintain it and get it to being minimized. Is that something that you feel comfortable doing?
Yeah, like I said, I always did, want to make it to the pros. And if that's something that you think will help me to kind of, get away from the wrong people, college is crazy and I could do that and try to find a way to get a different outlet. A lot of people tell me, like, chew gum or, and it's just like, it's more of just like a habit that I need to beat.
And, it's something that we can work on, and we'll set up some goals on trying to get you to get off those cigarettes and get you to better health of being able to succeed in your football. So I plan on seeing you next week. Don't forget to keep a journal. Make sure you bring that whenever you come. And if you do you have any questions for me on today?
Yeah, I do have a few questions. As far as with the journal, is it like only you'll be able to see? Because I know my agent said I have to watch, things like that. Because if things get out, it can mess with my.
Yes, well, it's just going to be a journal that me and you will go over. Okay. And you will be able to take it with you whenever you leave. And, of course, everything that happens in our sessions is between you and I. I'm not able to disclose any of that information or repeat anything because I will lose my license.
Okay, that's I need to
And you know, once you show me the journal, we go over it. You can always just tear it up, or we can short it
Okay.
if that makes you feel a little bit more comfortable.
Yeah, it does. It makes me feel more comfortable. You just gotta, you know, these days with being a student athlete, you literally have to watch your every move. It's like eyes is all over you.
I understand.
That's why I have to go home to smoke with my mom, because you can't even smoke in the dorm room. And I just feel like maybe, you know, if I could maybe get my mom to slow down, or you know,
and,
just
you know,
be around
that's
the
something
different
that
people.
we can work on later on, trying to get some family counseling.
Okay.
But for now, we're just gonna focus on you, okay? All right. Well, it's nice to have you today, Mr. Randy, and I plan on seeing you next week.
All right. Thank you.
You're welcome.
That's right.
Have a good one.
Thank you.